All right, so we're diving into some music today. You guys really wanted us to take a look at the lyrics to Jae Rich's Angels music video,
Yeah.
which, I think is a pretty interesting choice. We don't do a ton of music here,
Not really.
but these lyrics are pretty packed with stuff to unpack.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we'll see what we can find.
Yeah.
What jumped out to me right away was this real contrast. Right at the beginning of the song, he says, "Far away my soul, I'd be talking to my angels in the sky." And like immediately after that, he's talking about all we know is gunfights for real. So you've got this, almost spiritual element, and then bam, right into a very stark reality. What'd you think of that?
Yeah. It's really setting up those two worlds right from the jump.
Right.
You've got, like you said, this yearning for something bigger, something beyond the everyday. But it's all happening in this really tough, really dangerous environment. Ain't got no strikes for real, he says. And then there's that line about switches on them pipes, which is pretty intense imagery.
Yeah, it definitely paints a picture. And it makes you wonder, right? Like for anyone listening, how often do we find ourselves trying to reach for something better while dealing with some pretty difficult circumstances at the same time? I mean, I think that's something a lot of people can relate to in some way.
For sure. That push and pull, that tension between where we are and where we want to be, it's universal in a lot of ways.
Totally. And then even within all that, amidst all this intensity, Jae Rich is talking about drive, about, making things happen. He's saying, stay focused, complete my goal. And he doesn't just say it once. He emphasizes it, make it count for real. This isn't just about getting by. It's like this determined push to achieve something more.
There's a real urgency there. Like every moment is precious and he's got to make the most of it, make it count for real. That line just really emphasizes the high stakes.
Exactly. And it's not just empty ambition either. It's tied to action. It's about taking those steps and making those moves to actually achieve his goals.
Yeah. And speaking of that, there's also this really strong sense of loyalty that comes through in the lyrics, like with lines like, "Can't let them take your soul. You gotta ride your pee." That really speaks to the importance of community, of having people you trust in a tough environment like that.
And then there's that line where he tells his dog stay danger zone.
Oh, yeah.
It just emphasizes how you always have to be aware of your surroundings.
Absolutely.
And I think it also highlights how vital those close relationships are. Like in a dangerous environment, those bonds can literally be a lifeline. Think about your own life. Who do you rely on when things get tough? And how far would you go to protect them?
It's a powerful thing to reflect on.
It is. And as the song goes on, Jae Rich starts talking more about his own journey, his personal aspirations. He says, "Told I'm on my way, but I'm driving the way I'm driving all the way." To me, that's like this statement of taking control. He's not waiting for permission. He's driving his own destiny.
It's a powerful image, right? You can really feel that self-determination in those lyrics.
Yeah, and then he says, "Stacking money doing this shit for my folks." And it just hits you. This ambition isn't just about personal gain. It's about family. It's about taking care of the people he loves.
Absolutely. It adds a whole other layer of depth to his motivations.
Yeah. Then later on, we hear this hint of transformation. His life change, it ain't the same. Yeah. And it makes you curious, like, okay, what shifted for him? And then it becomes super clear when he says, "I make music for the soul.
Yeah.
It's my mission every day." That's a huge statement, right?
Definitely a turning point. It's like music has become more than just something he does. It's his purpose, his way to connect with something deeper. I mean, think about how your own life experiences might have shaped your own sense of purpose. It's something to think about.
Makes you wonder, yeah. And then, just when you think it's all laid out, the lyrics end with this incredible burst of energy.
Oh,
He says, "Where you been? You need to draw some shit for show." And then like a final declaration, "Time to take over. I'm back. Ready, let's go rich."
Yeah.
It's like a reemergence, like he's back with a vengeance and ready to take on the world.
You can really feel the drive and ambition coming through in those final lines. It's a powerful way to end the song.
Yeah, totally. So we started with these lyrics, and what we found is this really interesting story. Right? We see Jae Rich navigating a challenging environment, emphasizing loyalty and protection, and all the while striving for something more. He's got this clear drive to find his purpose, achieve his goals, maybe even find some kind of higher guidance along the way. And it makes you think, how do we reconcile our own aspirations and beliefs with the realities we face? And how do we define our own missions amidst the chaos of life? These are the questions that these lyrics, that this deep dive leaves us with. Something to ponder, really.